Hey guys, basically I'm back here, and as of the time of recording this, it's still my birthday today. You can wish me a happy birthday, but this is, gonna get uploaded probably like the next day, along with a bunch of other videos. Basically, I got a lot of stuff for my birthday, and I had the idea of maybe doing, like what I did for, like for Christmas, where I did a Christmas haul showing just, what I got, and, I was gonna do that, but the problem with that is that a lot of my stuff, like, I can just kind of I have to open up and fully show, because, like, if I were to just show you this and never open it, it would be, like, what's the point of me even showing it, and it mainly has to do with the snaps here, which obviously you saw the title and thumbnail. I have the whole wave of security breach snaps, and yeah, I was excited to get these because the security breach snaps were probably the best snaps that we gotten out of the whole series of snaps so far. And I think the snaps are just exclusive to, like, FNAF only, and it's like, that's that. But yeah, and also, like, there's also just a lot of other stuff that I can open, that kind of has to be open in order for me to just kind of show it. So what I'm basically gonna do is just, like, kind of, premiere these reviews or whatever, for, probably today when this gets uploaded, and, they're all gonna be set up for premiere, and, you're gonna probably see this one first, and, I'm just gonna do that individually since I have a lot to show, and it's not all easy. So yeah, there's that, and yeah, I'm gonna start off with the snaps, because the snaps, if you guys remember, I did ask, I spent $150, or $120 actually. I don't know why I said 150, but okay. I said, if I am I 120, I cannot speak. I am sorry, guys. I'm having a stroke. But I said in my $120 video, if you guys wanted me to review the security breach snaps, that would be, I wouldn't mind. I don't think anyone really commented that, but the video was well received, so I'm doing it anyways. And yeah, I'm just gonna get into it, starting off with our boy Glam Freddy. I'm not gonna bother doing a transition for any of the reviews. I'm too tired for that. But yeah, here is the Glam Freddy snap, and I was kind of able to get it out of the package successfully. There is a few rips, but I don't know. Like, when I was, like, trying to normally cut this with scissors, which you can kind of see right there, like, I don't know, it just was very loose, so I could just pull it off and not a lot of damage was done, surprisingly. But yeah, here's the Glam Freddy snap, and I honestly really like this guy. He is, okay, I will say though, out of all the snaps so far, out of all I've seen, he is probably the most goofiest. But then again, I like how goofy he looks, and he's also very clean and crisp, and there's really not any paint smudges on him at all. Like, I can barely spot any. If there are, then that will be surprising, because the paint here is very clean. Also, Jaden, Finance J&G, has, when he's gotten the snaps, they've been, like, the thing that's been very hard to do is take off the masks. But I've been able to do it, pretty easily. I can't do it now because I only have one hand. Well, I mean, maybe. No, I can't. But, yeah, like, these, I don't know why. The snaps are always easy for me to take off their masks, I will say the one thing hard about this guy is actually putting the microphone in his hand. I'm just having it laid down right now because I wanted you guys to see the whole figure without this being in the face. But, I don't know why the prop was the hardest thing to put on this guy, or it was just the hardest thing with Glam Freddy in general. But, I like this guy, else you could just mess him up completely, like, look at that. And obviously, all of the snaps have their other faces, which here is his other one. I'll just put it on right now. Actually, before I put it on, I actually want to give props to the actual endoskeleton part. As you can see, it's actually the Glamrock endo and not just a normal yendo. Not yendo, a normal endo. It's not just a normal endo, it's the actual Glamrock endoskeleton, which I like the detail they put into this as well, and more or less it's in the sculpt since it's all one basic color, which is obvious. But I like how this looks, and I really like what Funko did. It looks really good. But as for the other face, which I probably can do with one hand like that, kind of twist it around. Yeah, he doesn't look angry. He looks more happy angry. I don't know what the proper word or term is, but you know, it's like he doesn't like he doesn't look angry here. I was almost about to say hangry. He is not hungry. The only thing he has in his stomach is Gregory, even though he doesn't even have him there. But yeah, and I'm sorry, but yeah, he doesn't even look angry here. He just kind of looks weird. But yeah, I will say though, you know, the figure is really good otherwise. Trying to find a mask, but yeah, I'd honestly, you know, I prefer keeping this face on since it's better. Oh god, that looked cursed. Oh god. Sorry, some things had to be moved so I can have room. But the next single figure, which is the only other single figure, is none other than Vanny. One thing, when I opened this, because this is one of my actual presents, the box just kind of fell apart, because like my mom actually dropped it on the ground when she was bringing it to my room, helping me, you know, move stuff. And yeah, it just kind of dropped, so there's no need for me to open that. But there is still need for me to get, you know, the actual Vanny out. And here is Vanny, and wow, I really like this figure. I don't know what it is. Like this figure feels not that like vibrant, but also very colorful. I think it has to do with the bow tie and the eyes. Like, I don't know what it is. Like, I don't know how Funko was able to do it, but they actually made a Vanny figure good. Like, you know, the only downside to this obviously is her pizza cutter. There's a whole article, maybe not a whole, okay, I guess not a whole article, but there's a whole post on Steam or whatever. I don't know where it was, but it was said that Vanny really can't have her knife anymore since it just wasn't appropriate for the age rating or whatever, which is stupid. But then again, it's like, you know, it happened and things had to be changed, so yeah, I'm not really complaining. But I just really like the sculpt and everything. Everything feels nice, it looks nice, it is nice, you know, to feel, to touch, you know, all of that. I'm just really proud of the face, most of all, because it looks very accurate. Okay, I can't take her mask off. Joke's on you, I can, and I just think it's very funny and also stupid how, like, you know, obviously on the inside it's not an endoskeleton, it's Vanessa, which is cool, but it's just kind of funny how there's just a hole in her head. Like, look at that, and it's going through her hair as well. Like, Jesus, like, I don't know why, that's just kind of funny to me for whatever reason. But yeah, obviously she also came with a separate face, which I can probably get on. Yes, I can. And this is like meant to be her glitch effect that she kind of has. Like, for example, like, you know, when she walks by Freddy, you know, when leaving the daycare and everything, like, basically that whole glitch effect is what's meant to be in her eyes. And I really like how this looks, like, honestly. Like, and also, wait, hold on. Wait, that effect is all over her face. I don't know if that's supposed to, what it's supposed to be, or I'm just blind or dumb. I don't know what this is. So there are the two single figures. Now getting on to the only 2-pack that we have of this set, and that is of Glam Chica and Montgomery Gator. Alright, I got them out of the box, but I'm going to show them off one by one. And starting, that is with Glam Chica, and wow, I really like this figure as well. I'm pretty sure it's, you know, it's obvious that by now the Glam Rocks or the whole Security Breach wave are the best wave of snaps that Funko has made so far. They obviously are planning to make more, and even a Roxanne one as well, which I'll cough at immediately. But yeah, I just really like how Glam Chica here looks. Also, I don't know why mine, and when I say mine, I mean this is probably mine, because on the box it even shows, it shows that Glam Chica's lip right here is not, it's not colored. I don't know if it's and then again, I think that has to be mine, or otherwise Funko just kind of scammed a lot of people, like when they bought this figure. But like, you know, besides that little paint error, I do like, you know, everything on here. Like, the paint isn't messy, you know. I like the sculpt. It all looks, you know, Chica's face, it looks actually like Chica, you know. All the details from back and behind, and even her guitar. Like, I like how, you know, her guitar is painted on all that. You know, I just really like how it looks. And I will show her face, her other face, but I will first off show Monty now, which, God, I don't, like, it's so hard. I think, like, this is really hard to pick a favorite for. I'm having a stroke every, like, 2 seconds. But yeah, I don't know. either between Vanny or Monty on which one's my favorite. Because Monty here, this face specifically, looks the most accurate. And it just, the whole color palette, the detail, it's immaculate. I really like this. And, like, you know, you just can't go wrong with it. You know, I like his tuft of hair. You know, I like how it's, you know, painted and molded and all that. His face molding is perfect. And his guitar as well is also, you know, painted really well, sculpted really well. I will say, though, the guitars for these guys are kind of big, which is not necessarily a complaint, but then again, it's also like, it's kind of just weird. But you know, that's just that, you know, it always happens. But yeah, I really like Monty here. He probably might be my favorite out of this. But yeah, like, those are the two figures. Now let me just put on their other faces real quick. Sorry if you heard knocking at the end of that clip. My mom came in, but yeah. Anyways, their other faces are the shattered versions, which Shattered Chica here is just, you know, like her, you know, there's just a hole here that actually shows her, you know, endoskeleton inside, and I think it looks really good. The one thing though that's kind of weird about it is how, like, the Shattereds, I feel like they should be their own separate snaps and not like their own faces, because mainly, like, there's just a lot more to them. Like, the only one I think would be, you know, passable would be Monty, and I'll explain that later. But that doesn't mean the face is bad. It looks, you know, it's really well made. I like the sculpting. It's just kind of weird how the only withering on her is her face and nothing else. Which I get they couldn't do multiple parts for it, but I just feel like they could have at least done maybe an angry face. But, you know, that's just me. You know, everyone else might think differently. And as for Monty, he obviously has a shattered face as well. The one thing the reason why I kind of pass Monty on having this shattered face is because, well, I don't want to take it off right now. I mean, I can, but I don't feel like doing it right now. But, like, basically, obviously, since Monty's missing his legs when he's shattered, you could just take these legs off and he would kind of, you know, he would crawl around. And the only reason why that would be more acceptable is because it would be more accurate. As Chica will be just her beakless with nothing else, while Monty, he at least won't be missing his legs. So there's that, and that's the 2-pack. Now getting on to the big things, which is the actual sets. But we're going to start off small, and that obviously is going with the actual small set, which is Vanessa with the hallway. Alright, here is the hallway that includes Vanessa, which, very interesting, you know, set to make. But otherwise, it looks really good. Like, this looks really good. The only other prop that, you as we all know, some of the props that come in the sets are not really attached to anything. The only one that isn't is just this trash can, which looks really, you know, is really well made. And so is even the little flashlight charge station. The doors here don't open though, so don't bother asking. But as for Vanessa herself, which, you know, the set is amazing, but, you know, there's not much to go into. Vanessa, though, obviously, you know, I like how they actually made her look. You know, she looks cute and everything. Like, you know, I'm just surprised on how they were able to pull it off. Just because of how, like, because I feel like the whole snap mechanic is only meant to work with, you know, obviously the animatronics, and I didn't think they would, you know, use this method on Vanessa, but they did. And she also has her flashlight here, which is just solid black. But I do like, I like the detail they put on here. Like, even the security badge, you can barely see it because my camera won't focus, but that's really good detail. Along with her belt here, and, you know, the facial expression, the security hat, it's really well made. And also, I think I can do it. Yeah, I can do it. But, like, I just think it's so funny how the inside of her face is literally just her skull. Like, it's not, like, obviously it's not a robot, which it'd be kind of dumb if they did do that. But this is just kind of funny. It's literally just a skull. And obviously her other face is just her looking frightened or scared or whatever, which, kind of weird that we have this, you know, but then again, it's also not. Like, I like the expression, I like how it looks, and it just looks good. Like, I don't know. And also, if you notice these little pegs here, which they actually came with an instruction manual on what to do, like, they were separate. But basically, this can attach to the other sets as well. And I mean, like, actually attach, which I'll show later when I show the other sets. But, you know, speaking of which, let me just place it right there. But yeah, that's Vanessa. And speaking of which, let's move on to Monty. And now here is Monty's green room, which by far out of all the sets, we haven't seen Glam Freddy's yet, but out of all the sets, you know, that I've gotten, this is probably one of my favorites, just because of the sheer detail and props that go into it. Obviously, right here, like, we have, you know, Monty's little mirror. I hit the camera, sorry, but, like, it's actually a mirror. Like, there's reflection. Like, that's really cool. But as for the other props, obviously I mentioned earlier that the props don't stick to anything, so, like, we have stuff like a barrel, and I don't know what that is, but, you know, we have Monty's couch here, which actually has claw marks in it, but one of my favorite props in this is the Monty arcade machine, and it's just a whole detail. Like, it may be, you know, repeated, and there may not be that much when you look at it, but it's just so cool. Like, it's such a cool arcade prop. Like, we don't get this stuff often, and I feel like we should. But then again, you know, this set would be really good if it did have the actual Monty figure, but instead we got a recolor, which this figure literally does nothing but just make Monty kind of brighter. And you can kind of look, you see, oh, I'm sorry, Vanessa, but you see how much brighter this Monty is, which I don't know why they did that. Like, okay, I feel like if there was something they could have done, you know, with Glam Freddy as well, it's like and this is just in my opinion, I feel like they should have gave, you know, the normal Monty his green room and Freddy his green room instead of replacing them with the colored versions. And they could have, you know, made Chica and Roxy a 2-pack, and maybe Vanny just the single one, because they have done single one-offs, you know. Like, they've done that before, and, you know, I feel like it just would have made more sense than just to do a recolor. Also, he does have another face, but I'm not going to bother putting it on since it's just practically the same thing. But otherwise, the whole sell point of this thing is the set, and I feel like it's definitely worth it. And yeah, I just love the detail that went into this, and you can just spot little details like the little wall cracks, which I can't really show all that good here, but you can see it there. This is just really good. Everything's falling. Okay. Yeah. Anyways, on to the last thing, which is Freddy's green room. Okay, sorry guys, I had to move stuff around, but here is Freddy's green room, and yes, I know it's titled dressing room, but then again, it's labeled as the green room in the actual game, so I'm just calling it that. Also, interesting, fun detail here, but they obviously put Freddy's, you know, head pattern or face pattern or whatever on the floor. But the thing is that this is actually, you know, they didn't just make it like normal Freddy. Like, over here for Monty, they just made it like normal Monty from the actual game. They actually made it into Snap Glam Freddy, which I thought was interesting. And once again, this set is really good. Like, look at that. They even put that. It's freaking cool. And obviously, he came with props like this little star table here, and his little chair. And also another mirror, which you can see through. It's really cool. And his arcade game, which it doesn't say anything specifically. It's just, you know, an arcade. And obviously with this we got another recolor, which is I didn't mean for it to look like that, but yeah, it's black like Glam Freddy. Technically, I don't know why Funko even decided to do this. I feel like they could have done something more interesting, like I mentioned earlier, but it's just Glam Freddy, but different colors. I don't want to go much into him, but there he is. He also there's this other face, which I'm not gonna bother putting on, and he also has a prop, which is it's kind of dumb how the Glam Freddy here has a prop, but the Monty here didn't come with a prop. Like, this Monty didn't come with a prop, which I don't know why he didn't, but he just didn't. Also, I did say I was going to attach this set to the other two, like it said on the manual, but I can't figure out how to do it, so sorry. But yeah, anyways, that is it for this review of the snaps. Hold on, I'm going to try to bring it closer. That's good enough. Anyways, that is it for the review of the whole FNAF Security Breach Snap Wave. I really like this wave, honestly. I do think this is definitely better than the previous two waves, which the previous two waves, they were good. First wave was fine. The second wave was better, but this just, you know, extraordinary, just because of the whole details in the paint, the sculpt, everything, even the sets. Like, this is really cool. Like, you know, I recommend you guys pick these up for yourselves, you know, especially the green rooms. If not for the figure, but the actual sets themselves. You know, like, I just recommend doing that, because these are honestly worth it. Anyways, that is it for this video. I hope you guys, enjoyed it. And also, if some of my, stuff I said at the beginning is kind of contradicted later on, I'm sorry about that. But yeah, anyways, that is it for this video. I am probably going to take a break because there's a lot more I have to unravel of my birthday, which I will show soon. But yeah, anyways, that is it for now, and I will see you guys next time.